Were you surprised at all by how quick it was?
Um, yeah, I was because I was rooting for Smith, just because he's a blue collar guy, going to
Of
work
course.
fucking every day. You know what I mean? I had him, but
He's a New
you know
York guy,
I
bro. He's from Long Island. I wanted him. You know what I mean? I was rooting for
right
him.
right he had some fans. You know what I mean? He had I was rooting for him, but I think just the power alone of Benaviv, I think was just too much, really, and it's kind of crazy how much power that guy has because it's not really that big.
It's subtle. It's real subtle. Like he hits you with shots where they're not that eye catching, but those are the ones that sleep you because he's just always
Yeah,
set and he's always ready to punch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
people want to say that he's like a basic come forward guy, but in a lot of ways, that's kind of
I
what Joe
didn't.
Smith is. And so when you see
Yeah,
that together, like that's a levels fight to me.
I didn't really see him coming. I mean, I seen Smith coming forward a lot
Right.
more, and he was just stepping back and just popping the two, boom,
Yep.
and that's what put him out. Um, but that um, what am I to say? What am I trying to say? Just the poise he had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not a
Was
reckless
was
guy at
just a
all.
different. Yeah, no, he's not. I know. I think he obviously can be, to a point, but I think he didn't look flashy. He didn't do anything amazing. You know what I mean? He just stuck to the basics. Um, and I think his power is just a different story. Once he hit him in the temple, you saw it. His
And I
leg was
also
done.
I feel like with him too, the fight doesn't really start until he lands a clean body shot. Like the fight's always
Yeah,
one way, and then once he lands a clean body shot, you could just see the whole like
yeah,
tone of the fight changes completely.
yep, yep.
But I don't know. I think he's like maybe the best light heavyweight in the world, right? I mean, obviously
You
they got a
think
good fight.
how he's gonna do a fight with Bivol?
They have to, right? They have to.
Bro, they have to. They have to.
I
I
mean,
mean, after that, because after that, wasn't I don't know, weren't they gonna say that was gonna be the next Canelo fight, the person that fight Canelo next or whatever?
well, I think the way it's gonna go is Canelo signed to do the third fight with Triple G in September. So I
Okay,
think Bivol will take like a mandatory or some other kind of in between, and
yeah,
then maybe Canelo and Bivol rematch. If not, they'll do Bivol and
Canelo
Beterbiev.
better but watch out. If Bivol goes down and wants to fight him for his belts, I think Canelo better, stay sharp for that. Because you got to think if Bivol goes down, now he's gonna be faster. Because it's not that much of a weight cut. It's not. We're not talking anything crazy. So he's gonna be faster. We've already seen he knows how to fight backwards. He was given, Canelo trouble. So I don't know, Canelo, if whether he does it again at 70 or goes down and fights him for his belts, I don't know. Canelo better.
Well, and also
yeah.
Bivol's not
Bivol's a
like a
pro.
he's not like a huge light heavyweight. I mean, they say he's 6 foot. I've met him and I'm 5'10", and we were like basically the same
Yeah.
height. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Canelo's
Well,
also
he looked a lot bigger than
Yeah.
fucking
well,
Canelo.
because they
Like
say
he looked
Canelo's 5'8", but he's probably like 5'6" or five
5'6".
seven. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. But I mean, he looked like he was towering. He towered, or he looked like
He did.
weight classes. You know what I mean? I saw a picture. He looked like he was weight classes bigger than him,
But I think
especially
I
after
think a
that
matchup
finish.
between Bivol and Beterbiev at this point is more interesting than a rematch between Bivol and Canelo because it's pretty
Absolutely.
Yeah,
obvious Canelo's not a full
Absolutely.
light heavyweight.
right, right. I think that'll be a really good fight. I think somebody's get knocked out in that fight too.
It's tough to know because Bivol's got that like cerebral style where
he
he's
he's
like a
got
lot
that
like Haney.
style.
He's a lot like Haney in a bigger version where it's just like he'll keep
Yeah,
going the end of the jab. He doesn't care if
Very,
you're excited about
very
it.
Olympic style.
Exactly. It's like high level and but you could see the amateur pedigree with Bivol immediately.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%.
Well, all those guys that have great, like that are very technical, have an extensive amateur background. Like, uh, what's his name? Like Lomachenko. You know, very like amateur, not really a lot of power behind his punches. You know, it's just a lot of accuracy. And then same thing with Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. Like all these very technical guys have a huge, you know, amateur history, like all amateur belts, golden gloves, like all like nationals, you know, crazy records.
Yeah, it's I
That's
mean,
why they're so able to be so technical. That's why they're able to show, with their skill.
yeah. I think Robesi Ramirez has some of that in him too, where it's just like we keep seeing more layers from him because he's got the 2 gold medals and whatever. And once he
Yeah.
figured out the pro game a little more from losing that first fight, like
Yeah,
now
exactly.
he's
That must have
centered
been
in.
devastating losing that first fight, dude. Wow. And I
But
think that's why Nova thought. I mean, I feel like that's why Nova got a little confident. You know what I mean? A little bit too cocky with them. And
right.
I think Ramirez just knew his skill. You know what I mean? Knew his skill level and knew that Nova wasn't on his level. Um,
What's your guys' thoughts on that? Like the overprotection of the O. Like obviously there's a part of being undefeated where that does have marketability, but doesn't it also prevent you from learning if you're
yeah.
intentionally
I
avoiding,
mean,
you
No
know?
personal. I mean, like to me, I want to know if I should be in this game or not. You know what I mean? I'm all about being realistic. You know, like I don't want to. I don't want to like, you know, fight all these easy fights my whole life, and then at the end of my career, you know, wonder how good I actually was. Like I want to compete with, you know, the best of the best, and you know, if I happen to lose, I want to know it's not because I didn't train. It's because, you know, the guy was better than me. But I don't want to ever question myself. You know, I think Cambosis even said it, you know, like can't be afraid to lose the O. You got to be willing to fight the best. Like that's why you get into the game. You know what I mean? Like I need to be able to, even if I wouldn't do it now, I think you need to have the mentality. Like I need to have the mentality saying I can beat Canelo. Because if you don't, I think you're just wasting your time. Like this isn't. You shouldn't make a career out of this. You need to have that confidence because why fight all these easy fights and then question if like how good you actually were. You know, I want
right.
to be. I don't want to leave any doubt with myself or anybody. You know, I want to when I'm done, when my path is done and all my fighting game is over. I want people to look back on my fights and my skill and you know I want to be like certified as like my skill was, you know, it was real, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't duck anybody. I didn't take easy fights, you know.
right.
And much respect. I mean, much respect to those guys that are taking you know, those fights, especially on that big stage. You know what I mean? And obviously, much respect to Ramirez and Nova. You know what I mean? I hope Nova's, okay this morning and everything. You know, he got checked out and he's healthy. You know what I mean? Because you hate to see that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what the sport's about. You know, that's what people want to see. But as a fighter, you know what I mean? When you see a guy go out like that, I mean, it's we know something like that. It's hard
It's always
to
a
come back
possibility.
from. It's hard to come back from. Because that's always going to be in the back of your head now. But you know, much respect to him, and hopefully he's healthy and okay, and
Yeah.
can come back just as strong as he was this time.
Well, I think he can at least know that like he lost to a great fighter. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he lost to a legitimately great fighter. And I think it with losing, it's all about the context. Like, who did you lose to? There's guys with so many losses that people have a lot of respect for because they're always in good fights with the very best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Canelo thing's a perfect example. You know, a lot of people there was a good amount of people bashing Canelo for, you know, losing, like, oh, he's not as good as people think he is. Like,
Right.
you got to respect Canelo. Canelo's doing things that not a lot of people do. Like, Canelo's taking chances. He's trying to do different things. He's trying to go up in weight. Now, not even just go up in weight, but go up like 20, 30 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo
Right.
was fighting 54 and he just kept climbing. Like, some of these guys don't even want to add 10 pounds onto their
Right.
resume. You know, you can't bash a fighter for trying to achieve different things, you know?